What is up, everybody? Welcome to Crunch Time. You know the drill. A little bit of different time. We're on early, weirdly early, like middle of the afternoon slate. But you know, we got two of the sharpest minds in the biz hanging out with us. We got TJ Schwartz in the house. What up, TJ?
Not too much. Happy to be hanging out with you guys. Going to a movie right after we're done this. Not right after, in a couple hours. So had a nice little day. We have something in Saskatoon right now called the Exhibition. It's basically just a fair. With we didn't hit up any of the rides or the games, but we just went and picked up a bunch of our favorite foods from there and have them ready for the weekend now. So did that a little bit earlier. Now I'm here ready to talk some baseball and then go to a movie a little bit later. So nice day filled with childcare and fun.
You've got to tell us what movie. You can't just drop movie and not get specific on us.
Going to Freakier Friday tonight. I have to write the review for Agents of Fandom, and so it's the Freaky Friday sequel with Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. I've heard surprisingly great things, like people who were big fans of the original and who were indifferent of the original went in and saw, like, some critic friends went and saw this already, and they essentially said, like, movie has no business being as funny as it is, like genuinely laugh out loud good. So I'm looking forward to it.
Very nice. Well, I mean, they're both very talented actresses. There's some actresses like, you don't have it, but both of them, they both have it. We got Tasteful Tides in the house as well. What up, Tim? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I went to the movies, I think 3 or 4 nights ago, and I saw the whole the new Naked Gun, which is pretty good. I was a huge fan of the Naked Gun movies when I was a kid. With Leslie Nielsen,
yeah,
the original Naked Guns. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't like exactly like go out to see it worthy, but it was definitely pretty decent. Have you seen it yet, TJ?
I have not, but another one that I've heard very good good things for.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. I'll wait for it to come out on streaming, but I'll check it out.
I did watch Happy Gilmore too, which I was pleasantly surprised with. I actually I had a lot of fun with it, with all the golfer cameos and things like that. I went in with super low expectations and had a good time.
Well, I need to check that one out as well. Since we're on the movie topic, I saw Novocaine recently. Very much enjoyed that. Way better than I thought it would be. It was funny and it was good. Like, I recommend Novocaine. And then I'm seeing this promo for a new movie that's coming out called Weapons. That is a horror movie. TJ, have you seen this?
Have not seen Weapons yet, but they have been just really ramping up the promotion for it recently.
I'm not a big horror about it. Looks really good. So I'm excited to check that out. Horror flick. Anyways, hey, you know what? We're not here to chat movies, even though we've got the time to do it. I don't think there's a whole lot that we need to dive into. Of course, we are here to talk baseball. This weird 3-game slate that starts in the afternoon and ends this evening, right? That's kind of what we're looking at as the main slate. I do believe there's some technical issues that are going on, so we're working on that as well. Shout out to producer Steve, who also saw the promo for Weapons and thinks it looks good. I'm excited to check that one out. Let's talk about the content side of things as far as weather goes. I'm sort of watching Atlanta. I think all the storms stay north. I can't fully rule out a delay in Atlanta, but it's a small slate. The delay chances are low. If you're planning on playing a pitcher, I say just do it, and we'll kind of see how it looks pregame. Although at that point, it's not as if you can, pivot off of it. But I don't think the delay chances are high enough looking at things now that I think you should do anything about it, right? You just play it and assume the 90% chance of it working out will work out for you. Tim, does that work for you? I don't know if you're planning on playing pitchers there, but you just kind of got to trust that models are right 5 hours before first pitch.
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily need to be playing pitchers there, but it's both of them are definitely viable just because pretty much everybody is. So, but I mean, it doesn't sound like you have to change anything due to that forecast. So I'm not worrying about it. I don't currently have either one of those pitchers, but you certainly could roster them if you wanted to.
Yeah, and that's how I feel. Is like if that's what you want to do, don't let the 10 or 20% chance of a delay stop you. I say go for it. Let's talk about some of the pitchers, and I guess we'll let TJ chime in on this. TJ, we've got 3 games. I assume that means we have 6 pitchers. What are we doing?
Some good math right there. We have
it's not always true. Sometimes there's like an opener, sometimes you don't get a full starter.
We have a surprising amount of really good pitching. So Paul Skeens and Logan Gilbert, 2 of the best pitchers in baseball, both pitching today. And so you got 2 guys right up top who are phenomenal. And then you have 2 cheaper SP2 options who I actually think are really good plays today as well. Brady Singer is going up against Pittsburgh, and he should probably be $1,000, $1,500 more expensive against Pittsburgh, especially because he's actually been playing really well lately. And then, throw in Pittsburgh's awful. And then Yuri Perez going against Atlanta, who, again, like we talked about last night, I'm going to just keep taking pitchers going up against Atlanta because Atlanta has been absolutely sputtering. Worked out last night. And Yuri Perez is a much better pitcher than Jose Quintana is. So I'm going back to the well there, playing a lot of Yuri Perez, not doing my regular 150 lineups because, there's only 3 games. So I'm doing 20 lineups. I do have, I believe, in one of my 20 lineups, Shane Smith, just because he's $5,800. But for the most part, Skeens, Gilbert, Perez, Singer. I'm personally prioritizing Skeens over Gilbert today, and I'm only gonna Gilbert's got some pretty insane projected ownership right now. Last time I looked, ours wasn't working. Let me do a quick refresh. Yeah, so ours is back up, and we're actually projecting for Skeens more than Gilbert. I was looking at the bat before, and they basically have it reversed with Gilbert projecting for significantly more than Skeens. I'm only going to be playing Gilbert when I'm paying up for both of them together. And when I'm double barreling a pitcher, that's when I'm going to play Gilbert. Otherwise, I'm going Skeens with one of the cheaper ones, or even in some lineups, Singer and Perez together.
Okay, and then a lot of people are already asking, what is your priority on FanDuel here? Because, we only get one, and there are kind of a lot of good options. So both cash and GPP. What do you think, TJ, on FanDuel?
Give me a second, because since those things aren't working, I need to get logged into FanDuel so I can actually pull up the prices.
I think it's, in my opinion anyway, we've got Skeens at 10.7, Gilbert at 10.2. Perez is not as good of a play on FanDuel because he's 9.4. So I would personally be one of those 2 spend up options. In my opinion, it's Gilbert, but I could definitely see the case to playing Paul Skeens. But I think it's one of those 2 expensive guys, or Brady Singer, who's $8,500 on FanDuel. But I think that, Skeens and Gilbert, they're both in really, really good spots. So I think it's one of those 2.
Yeah. TJ?
Yeah, Skeens would be my top priority. And I might just only play Skeens and Gilbert over there.
Yeah. All right. Tim, I do want to hear your thoughts on DK, where we do need 2 pitchers on FanDuel. You want one of the 2 spend ups. What are you doing with DK?
Yeah, so currently I'm not playing cash games today, but if I was going to be playing cash, I would definitely be pairing Gilbert and Skeens together. There's cheap enough bats that you can do that pretty easily. But currently in my primary single entry team, I'm fading Paul Skeens and going Logan Gilbert and Brady Singer. That's might be a little bit crazy. I'm not really sure. I do think that Skeens is going to be the highest owned. I don't know if he's going to be by that much. Like currently, I think it's like they had like 80% to 58% versus Gilbert. I think Skeens might go down a little bit. Gilbert might go up a little bit. But either way, they're going to be super chalky. I'm hoping that a couple of the premium bats that I'm taking will end up breaking the slate, and guys that you have to have. And Brady Singer can at least maybe put up like 15, and Skeens puts up like 23, 24. And then my bats, get a couple, 2 home run games or something like that. That's what I'm banking on today. But like I said, if you want to go the least risky route, I would go Gilbert Skeens.
Yeah. And I assume we talked about this yesterday, but I assume there's no viability to doing like a Yuri Singer build because you like can't even spend that much money.
Yeah,
right?
there is.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
I think you can because Seattle's pretty expensive tonight, and they're we'll talk about it, but Seattle's pretty expensive, so I think you can. I would not make that like a really I wouldn't go overweight that route, but I think you can do it.
Okay. Interesting.
I did it in a single entry team I was looking at because I can play Cal Raleigh, Kyle Stowers, Julio Rodriguez, and Randy Arozarena if I do it.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Let's talk about some of the bats and stacks. Tim, you gave us a nice little segue there mentioning Seattle. So is that the top stack of the night?
It's pretty close between Seattle and Miami. It's probably, I think Seattle is the top overall stack in terms of like raw points, but they are super expensive. So they're a team that's tough to stack and play Skeens and Gilbert together. So it's definitely going to be Miami's going to be definitely the most popular because they're facing Carlos Carrasco, and there's some really, really cheap players that are projected to be in that lineup. So Miami's going to be popular. Seattle's going to be popular also, but they're really, really expensive. So if you have the salary, I prefer Seattle over Miami. But considering price, I think Miami might be the top overall stack.
Okay, TJ, what are your favorite stacks?
Yeah, very similar. I think Miami would be my number one, Seattle number two, but like Tim said, both of them are the very clear two top stacks on the slate. I'm getting to the most Miami, followed by Seattle, and the other teams. I'm playing at least one full stack of everyone in 20 lineups because there's only three games, but I have one Cincinnati stack in 20 lineups, two White Sox stacks in 20 lineups, two Braves stacks, two Pirate stacks. All the rest are Miami and Seattle.
Okay. Good stuff. Guys, we got to go around the horn, talk position by position, then give the people some dingers. Then we got to answer some questions. And then as long as the questions keep coming, we will keep hanging out. TJ, start us off at catcher, I assume, as Seattle is on the slate. There's a spend-up option there at the old catcher spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Cal Raleigh is for sure the top option if you can get up to him. I think he's the second best overall option because I would rather go to Agustin Ramirez at $2,000 cheaper. Ramirez is my favorite catcher option on the slate. Raleigh is number two. After that, I'm just okay with playing anybody that I'm playing in a stack, but Raleigh and Ramirez are going to occupy 75% of my lineups.
Tim?
Yeah, Ramirez is definitely going to be your cash game guy. Kyle Raleigh is definitely the GPP pivot. I don't mind Mitch Garver, Liam Hicks either for salary saving options, and that would really be about it.
Okay, very good. First base.
Yeah, so first base is pretty weak today. Matt Olson is the top raw point play, but I strongly prefer Josh Naylor at 4,600. So
sorry to
would
cut
be
you
the
off,
guy.
Tim. I just want to check super quick so I know if I should mute or not. Can you guys hear that vacuum upstairs?
Cannot.
Nope.
Okay, cool. Continue.
Yep. Yeah. So Josh Naylor is my favorite overall first baseman today. He is a little bit expensive, but this first base position today is really, really weak. So I'm going to prioritize him. Spencer Horwitz is an okay value at 2,900. I already mentioned Liam Hicks, but if you play him, I think you should be playing Hicks at catcher.
Okay. Let's see. TJ, first base.
Really, really like the Josh Naylor call. He's going to be my favorite here as well. I'm basically just going Naylor if I want to, spend up, which he's not that expensive, but it's a spend up at the position on this slate. Or I'm going down to Spencer Horwitz, and then like Hicks is a guy I'm playing in my stacks for Miami, not really on his own, but it's kind of a Naylor or Horwitz situation for me.
Yeah. All right. Second base.
Second base today, Xavier Edwards is my main guy by far. He's going to be fairly chalky today, but I'm going to be even over the field I'll be way under on Polanco, way over on Xavier Edwards. That's kind of how I'm going to handle the chalk. Outside of that, like Gonzalez, Sosa, Albies, and Stacks, all fine. But Edwards is my number one guy today.
Okay. Tim, your thoughts a second. Hey, you know what? Mystery Relevant pointing out, we got to smash that like button. We've got less than 40 likes. And if we get 50 likes, we're getting some Spidey bombs. Isn't that right, TJ?
Absolutely.
See, and then if we get 75, you get another. 100, we'll get another. I don't mean to put his numbers in, but we've been hanging out for a while. I feel like that sounds about right.
You nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. No notes.
No. Okay, so make sure you're hitting that thumbs up for us so you can get some Spidey bombs coming in. Tim, what are your thoughts at second?
Jorge Polanco is my favorite second baseman, followed by Xavier Edwards. If I'm looking to get a little bit different, I guess you could play one-off, so like Matt McLean or Nick Gonzalez. But really, it's all about Seattle and Miami today on the slate. So Polanco's my first guy in, and then if I have the money, Xavier Edwards is okay as well.
Okay, that brings us to third base, Tim.
Third base is super odd today, and it's like the way the prices are. There's a lot of guys in the 2K range, and only Eugenio Suarez at 5,600. I'm wondering like how chalky he'll end up being because he is extremely expensive. I know he's in a fantastic spot, but then we have all of these value options. So this position is incredibly weak today. It's probably, I don't even know like who the cash game third baseman necessarily has to be. Ornelas for Atlanta at the Stone Min, I think is interesting. But I mean, if you're not playing Suarez, you have to go way down to some of these really awful options. So right now in my primary team, I do have Suarez in there. And then if you're doing like a wraparound Miami stack, Graham Pauley is okay as well, but it's really ugly at third.
Yeah. Okay. TJ, third base, Eugenio or punt?
Eugenio is my top option. I'm getting to a lot of Colton Montgomery as well. He's just been playing really, really well lately. And so he's my favorite guy, and I'm totally okay for tournaments, and I'm totally okay playing him even against Logan Gilbert. Like I'm kind of, I never really like to play a lot of batters against my pitchers on small slates, but I'm fine with playing one. And Colton Montgomery against Logan Gilbert is definitely one of those situations that I'm cool with. So Suarez is my number one, guys, in 40% of my lineups. Montgomery number 2 in 20%. Nobody else is above 20%. I have, some Graham Pauley, Jared Triolo, but Suarez and Montgomery are my main two.
Okay, very good. That brings us to the old shortstop. TJ, what do you like?
If you thought third was bad, get ready
no.
for shortstop, where you do have Ellie Dela Cruz, but he is facing Paul Skeens. And so Dela Cruz against Skeens is another one of those situations that I am okay with going batter against your pitcher. Colson Montgomery you can use at this spot as well, but Otto Lopez is going to be the chalk. He's the clear top option. You want to get different, you can use like JP Crawford's a really good, not good way, I better watch my words, but he is a way to access a Seattle stack at lower ownership. But that's like, sure, you can play Crawford, sure, you can play Kiner Falefa, but it's Lopez is the top guy, Dela Cruz if you just have the salary, and then Montgomery is my favorite pivot.
Okay, Tim, shortstop.
Yeah, shortstop is really, really bad today. Otto Lopez is currently the guy for me in both single entry and in a cash game setting. 3,300 seems really, really cheap for him. I don't mind that Montgomery call. I think it's fine if you play one White Sox against Gilbert. I think that's okay. I do like JP Crawford today at the bottom of that Seattle lineup, and then that would be it. Lopez, Crawford, and then maybe Montgomery.
Okay, you get the honor and the privilege of bringing us into the outfield, and certainly it's better than what we got going on at short.
Outfield is not horrible. I personally think Kyle Stowers is the top overall outfielder today. I'd be prioritizing him in all formats.
Got the rainbow tag there.
Yeah, it makes sense too. He's in a really good spot. So I think O'Neal Cruz against Brady Singer is fine as well, but I like Stowers more. J-Rod and a Rosarina for that in that Seattle stack. Fantastic plays. Profar, I don't think he'll be that high owned. I don't think Michael Harris will be super high owned either. I think they're interesting below 4K options in the outfield. The value is Jacob Marcy for Miami at 2,400. That lineup's not out yet, but if he's batting in the middle of that lineup, like 5th or 6th, he's a top value on the slate.
Yeah. Okay. TJ, your thoughts?
Yeah, not a whole lot to add. Stowers is my highest owned bat by far. I have him in 65% of my lineups today. Jacob Marcy is number 2, and then it's the Seattle guys: Rosarina, Julio Rodriguez, Dominic Canzone. If I'm choosing one of Rosarina and Rodriguez, I guess it would be Rodriguez, but my hopes are to play just those 3 in the outfield together. Outside of Marcy, my favorite salary saver is Canzone. O'Neill, I'm getting to a little bit of O'Neill Cruz, but I'll be under the field. Outside of that, it's just guys and stacks. But Stowers, Marcy, Rosarina, Rodriguez, Canzone is the big 5 today.
Okay. We got J3 in the chat. He says, we want Dean, which he says every show, by the way. He also says, additionally, we want Spidey Bombs. TJ, do we have any Spidey Bombs ready to give?
Let's start off with Spidey Bomb number 1, plus 450. Augustin Ramirez today. We're going to Miami, or technically we're going to Atlanta, but on the Miami side of things, Augustin Ramirez plus 450, Spidey Bomb number 1, and Spidey Bomb number 2 comes at 75 likes. So keep hitting that like button.
Very good. Our guy Poe Degen Stoner says, I'm loving the overlay in the low stakes GPPs on FanDuel for my fellow DFS poors. That's my kind of money. We're talking like $1 entry. That's where I'm usually hanging out. But also, Tim, whenever I try to find overlay, and maybe it's more an NFL thing, I get all excited and I get my entry in with like 30 minutes to go, and then there's never overlay. Like people always find a way to fill the slate by the time we get there. So we shall see. For now,
overlay is incredibly rare in the modern day DFS streets.
Yeah, and I always think I'm going to get it, and it never ever happens to me. We do have some questions coming in, and we want to give some home run calls. Of course, you got your first Spidey Bomb there, Augustin Ramirez at the bottom, but also we need some tasteful taters. In fact, we had someone right off the top of the show say they want some taters. Tim, you got a few home run calls for me?
Yeah, I've got 2 that I just bet on DraftKings: Jerickson Profar plus 600, Michael Harris plus 700.
Okay, very good. We can get you another Spidey Bomb too. All you got to do is hit that thumbs up for us. And I want to make sure you're getting the best deal in the industry, because right now, got some good stuff going on. If you're looking for maybe some fantasy sports deals, you got season-long stuff. SimLabs, your home for season-long or best ball content. Get awards for rankings, projections, articles, and more from some award-winning experts. SimLabs has an app that lets you get real-time rankings, draft cheat sheets, and lineup advice on the go. And you can sign up with code RG15 for $15 off. And you better believe we're stealing Dean's bit. We got a tiers coming up. We are ranking, of course, the stacks. We talked a little bit about the stacks, but I want to rank them here by modes of transportation according to general enjoyability of that mode of transportation. First and foremost, do you guys have any argument with my list here?
I would say boat is certainly either a first or last, dependent on the person.
That's true. And how rocky it is.
Yeah, like
how rough it is.
Boat is, I feel like boat wouldn't be my one just because it can go wrong in so many ways. And there are so many places I wouldn't want to go to by boat. I wouldn't want to travel a long distance in a little boat. No. And so it may not be my number one, but I see what you're doing for sure. You're a big fishing guy. I understand it.
Yeah. See, when I picture boat, I'm thinking of like enjoyment. I'm out there. The weather's nice. If I'm on a boat, I'm having a good time. So, but sure, if you're actually using it as like to cross the Atlantic, it's not as good as say a plane. But
yeah, cruise ship is cool too.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Tim, you have any issues with my list here?
Boat would not be number one for me.
Right.
I don't know. I'm trying to think like what my least favorite is. I don't mind any of them. I hate airports. I don't so much mind the plane, but I cannot stand traveling like airport stuff.
I'm very pro train.
I love trains. Yeah,
Me too.
I love trains a lot.
Maybe train was a little too low there. I thought about putting train above car. Like boat was locked into my number one without a doubt. But maybe train should have gone above car.
If we lived in Europe, train would be an easy number one, right? Like you can just train anywhere so fast. It's all set up so well. Like I'm sure you guys probably have some better ones than we do, but like here you can't just like affordably train somewhere quickly from where I am. Like that's not possible.
Same issue for me.
And so like when properly set up, train is super cool.
Yeah. Margie Doneasy multiple times is saying, what about private luxury jets? There's some. How rich are you? Like, this is reasonable.
That's my point. If I could do that, plane would be number one.
Yeah.
You know,
these are.
I don't mind traveling by plane. It's just the airports that are terrible, in my opinion.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and do it. We're going to rank our teams here based on these tiers. We're going to rank the stacks, and I guess we'll kind of go game by game. TJ, you can start us off because the first game coming up is White Sox Mariners. Where would you place White Sox Mariners? Tim, you get to take one of the teams and move them up or down one location.
I just wanted to triple check that we're on the same page. What time do you think the lock starts?
Soon? I don't know.
It's 12 minutes.
Yeah, okay. What did I say?
I just want to make sure. Just make sure that like you didn't think it was like a 4:30.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's let it rip. White Sox and Seattle. White Sox, it's a 3-game slate, so I don't think there is a tier 5 team. If there would be, it would be the White Sox probably, but I'm going to put them in plain. And then Seattle, probably the top stack on the slate. If not one, they're two. So Seattle goes up in boat.
Okay. Boats and O's. Tim, you can either just let this ride, or you can pick one of those and move them up or down.
I thought he was going to put Chicago in the bust tier, but he didn't. So he's correct in putting them in plain. I am fine with Seattle in the boat also. So I'm going to let it ride.
Very good. Okay. Let it ride is a good one for this category as well. Okay. Next game up would be Reds and Pirates. Tim, you get to rank those two teams.
I think you have to kind of gauge the Reds similarly as Chicago. I mean, it's a really, really ugly spot, but it's only a 3-game slate. They do have upside. This lineup is decent. So I'm going to put Cincinnati in the plain tier. Pittsburgh, they have close to a 4 implied team total, which this slate is actually kind of decent. I'm going to put Pittsburgh in the train tier.
Okay, good stuff. TJ, you get power. You can move one of these teams that he has chosen. What do you think?
With great power comes great responsibility, and I can't mess this up. Tim's done too good of a job.
You guys are just too much in agreement here. Okay, last but not least, TJ, Marlins, Braves. Where are you putting them?
I guess it's funny. I was like, there's no tier 5 teams, but I guess for me, there's no tier 2 teams either. I would put the Marlins in boat up at the top. Marlins are my highest owned team in the slate. My favorite stack. I think your kind of 2 choices are you go Gilbert and Skeens with the Marlins, or you pick one of them with the cheaper SP2 and you go Seattle. And then I'll go Atlanta in train just because I'm quite high on Yuri Perez today. But in theory, they should still be good.
Right. Okay.
They're not.
Very good. Tim, should be, but they're not. Tim, you want to move either of these teams?
Marlins definitely belong in the boat tier. I've been trying to get Atlanta to work all season long. They just never do. I'm going to put Atlanta back down and into the plain tier.
Okay. I don't think TJ is going to fight you on that either. I think that's kind of where he wants them, honestly.
Yeah.
Look at that. Okay. There you have it. Our beautiful tiers officially done. That leaves us with about 8 minutes for some questions. If you've got any questions, it can certainly be about baseball. It can also be about dinner plans. Those are our two favorite things to talk, or movies. Baseball, dinner plans, or movies. Those are the categories you're allowed to ask questions about. Let's see what we got. Starting with Blink in the Discord. Tim, I'm hand building a large field DK tournament team. Ended up with a full double dip of the Sox and M's. Is that silly?
I mean, you're taking a low probability outcome with the Sox, just so you know that. But I don't hate it. Anything's kind of viable on this slate.
Yeah. Okay. TJ, jumping into the YouTube, by the way, make sure you hit that thumbs up for us. Scrolling up a little bit, looking at some of these questions. We'll go to Riley's question. TJ, Julio Harris or Randy Marseille in FanDuel in the outfield?
Who is the first one?
It was Julio and Harris or Randy and Marcy.
Julio and Harris.
Very good.
Nah, Randy and Marcy.
Oh, okay. Flipping it. Scrolling down just a wee bit. Here we go. TJ, back to you. Suarez, Sawinski, or Julio and Paulie?
Suarez, Sawinski.
We'll go to Keith's question. Tim, FanDuel single entry. Perez, Suarez, or Gilbert Otto?
Gilbert Otto.
Very good. Keith says we aren't hitting 75 likes. There's not enough people. What? There's hundreds, maybe even thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people watching. Yeah. Surely we can get 75 likes. We're not asking for too much. Hit that thumbs up here. Cam the man says, TJ, fantastic court was pretty good.
Just dropped my review in the YouTube chat of it. I loved it as well. Really good film.
Very nice. Can I saw a movie last night that's supposed to be great, that everybody loves, and I just thought it was meh. Can I drop this on you, TJ? You're gonna hate me for it. Okay.
Superman?
No. Sinners.
Oh.
It was it was above average, but like I was expecting true greatness, and I didn't think it got there.
Did you stay through the credits?
No, was I supposed to?
Yeah. Major. It's not done when it's done.
Damn it. I even got that vibe too, because there was still like showing things, and I was like, I feel like I should keep watching. And I did.
Yeah,
for
like it's not even a
seconds.
post-credit scene. It just like it bleeds into the credits.
Damn it. All right. Well, that was a mess up. I may go back and watch post-credit scene. Thank you for that. Any dew point issues tonight? No, not really. Slate breaking question. Are these real? Do these guys still play? From Scott, Tim, Kenner Falefa or Triolo? I thought Kenner Falefa was like out. I thought he was done.
No, he's batting ninth for Pittsburgh. Triolo is batting seventh. I guess it's Triolo. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Did we get this one? Nope. This is another one here. Tides, FanDuel single entry, Gilbert Montgomery or Perez and Suarez?
I would stick with Gilbert.
Okay. What is the max amount?
Miami lineup. No Dane Myers. It's Wagaman instead of Dane.
Yeah, Wagaman in for Myers for Miami.
Okay. What is the max you leave on the table, Tides? You said you could leave 3K easy.
Yeah, and I'm going through. I just built 20 on Sims really quick. Like I'm seeing one with 4,900 left out. Like it's incredibly easy and almost advisable to make sure you're eating some salary. I'm seeing one with $5,800 remaining. I mean, it's. I would definitely be eating salary today.
Yeah. Okay. QQ, why does Roth's hair look extra red today? Oh, I'm not a redhead. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see. See what else we got. Whew, you know what? Leaving money on the table up to 700 on DK. Allen says 700. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump that up, bud. That's nothing. $700 ain't a thing. Okay. Guess what? We did the things we came here to do. We have 3-4 minutes until lock. We answered all the questions. We gave all the plays. I think it is time to bounce on out of here. Humboldt wants to know if Marcy is in the lineup, TJ.
He is.
Yes.
6th.
That's what we like to hear. Batting 6th. Very good. Okay. With that, I think it's time to clear on out of here. Good stuff, as always, for Tim, for TJ, and for our wonderful production crew. Always working hard behind the scenes. Guys, we appreciate you. We love you. And we will catch you tomorrow. You have been